What's up, man? What's going down? What's up, baby girl? How you doing?
I'm doing real good. How are you?
Oh man, I'm hanging in there every day, moving forward, keeping my shit moving ahead, man. Trying to keep a positive outlook on life. But sometimes, I hit a crossroad where I question humanity.
Well, yeah, humanity's been a little bit strange, hasn't it?
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, it is, man. It seems like something new every day. It really does.
Well, I'm
It
trying
really
to
does.
get
It's
into
been
the.
raining a lot.
I'm trying to get in the
But
chat here. It just seems to be eluding me for some reason. Um.
oh,
Ah,
well,
there
you can
we
work on
are.
that.
I found it.
Yeah. We
I
don't want to miss
found it.
nobody's questions tonight. And I want to tell y'all, man, I apologize. We apologize for that. Last time, I guess there was comments and questions, but for some reason we couldn't see them. It's like some type of glitch in the technology. We're still getting used to this, right, baby girl?
That's right.
Still,
For some reason, I cannot run the video on one camera or cell phone and be on another one on the same account to do the chat. It's like they want me to have my face in the camera to do the chat or some. I don't know. It's just really convoluted. But we're here. We're here. Let me get a little adjustment there. We're doing it. We're doing it. There's a little delay. I adjusted one of the pictures and I just seen my hand come in and adjust it again. So
okay.
Yeah, so we're happening. I did comment. I'm not seeing anything. I hope everyone is doing their part to be involved in here, and I hope to God this silly thing works for me. But yeah, it's Mrs. D there in the chat. That'd be me. And
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I see folks are filing in. So we're really happy you're all showing up and want to hang out with us and hear our message of hope and truth. And what did I say before I came on? I'm not going to be saying much. I don't really feel like it. And now you can't shut my ass up.
I know, man. I'm like, what'd you do, man? You start drinking a big fat shot of coffee or something?
No.
I'm like, holy shit.
No.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
Well, like, let me tell y'all something. If you guys like hearing the truth, man, and having the truth about corruption and of CDCR and the solitary confinement, or the conditions of solitary confinement, share it, man. Share our shit and subscribe and hit the like button, because a lot of people need to be aware of what's going on in these walls.
Yep.
A lot of people, man. We put a lot of work in this fight against this corrupt machine that we're up against. I told my wife earlier, it feels like I'm trying to move a fucking mountain. I feel like I'm trying to move a fucking mountain, right?
Right.
And but I have this saying: how's an ant eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
That's right.
So, I feel like I'm eating an elephant. Well, I'm gonna take that one bite at a time out of that motherfucker's ass every time. So, so you guys hit the like button and subscribe and share it, man. Let's get people involved in this movement here, because we can't stop the momentum that we gained during the hunger strikes and the lawsuits and the knowledge that society has and the public has on how corrupt this machine is, man. So
I see we got some new people in the chat, and I need to let you know that that Brant Daniel here cannot see the chat, so I do read it to him. So I would take a pause every once in a while to be able to get your word in edgewise. And we got ET Gaming saying hi.
send mine. We send ours to you guys. Everybody who's listening right now.
And we got
you guys.
We got PFC Milne listening in the UK and horrified by the screws in America. Thanks for joining
All
us.
right, UK, I send mine. We send ours to the UK and everybody else in this chat room right now, man. I'm in solitary confinement at CSP-SAC, where I've been for 5 years. But before I got here, I was already in the SHU in Corcoran for almost 3. So I have almost 9 years on this one in the SHU. My last one was about 16, 17 almost, and then my first SHU was 4. So, I've been in the SHU quite often. It's pretty much all I know. And I don't see no time coming soon that they're going to let me out of this fucking place. Like I said, man, DRB did me dirty, and they basically put me in a different version of a lockup unit. They call ADSEG solitary confinement lockup units. It's not a lockup per se. It's just a lockup unit. It's like going to jail when you're on the main line. ADSEG solitary confinement, the whole, it's like being in jail, when you're on a main line GP. So,
jail within a jail. Right?
Right. Well, they just, yeah. And so when I went to DRB, you guys already know what they fucking did to me, man. They didn't even hear a word I had to say. And they took the only form of rehabilitation I had, which is the visits of my wife and my mom. And on my mom, they made them basically factually impossible anymore. So, when they do finally send me back down to Corcoran, or if I, go to feds, I don't know. But when they do send me to Corcoran, they're sending me to another lockup unit. And against my will, I opposed it 100%, and I told them I'll sign any waiver of liability, and they're not doing that. And so it's just fucked up. But there is no rehabilitation for me. There's no rehabilitation. My wife comes to see me every now and then. Now her, when her health gets better and start back up. But my mom comes and sees me, and it's right here in Sacramento. But for my wife, it's a 4-hour drive already. But going to Corcoran is going to be an 8-hour drive for my wife one way. And and then my mom, she's in a wheelchair, bad health. Her health ain't too good, but she's confined to a wheelchair. So that'd be factually impossible if I ever see her again. So they took my only elements of rehabilitation and just threw them right in the fucking garbage. They didn't care. They had no care in the world about my rehabilitation or anything. My reform or anything.
Let's get to the facts behind that a little bit, honey. Oh, by the way, Tim K says good evening. Hey, Tim K, I'm glad you made it.
What's up, bro? Listen, babe, I'm going to go.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I'm going to knock this out real quick about about my friend Ronnie. And I don't know too much, and I can't really say much because I don't want nothing coming across that they can use against me or him or anybody.
Plus, you haven't even
you guys. So
plus you haven't even had a chance to actually speak to him directly.
Right. I haven't had a chance to talk to Ronnie directly. They won't let me. I went to yard today. 3 cops took me out there. 3 cops surrounded me and escorted me out there. I was in the first cage. They left the next 3 cages open. They wouldn't put nobody around me. And all I know at this point is the cop talk. And I do know my friend is back in the cell. He's safe and sound. He's alive. Everything's good. His health is good. There's some false allegations. That's all I know. I don't know any more than that yet. And I don't want to say because it's like I'd be speculating until I can get the facts. Other than what they say, I'm not going to do that. So I'm not going to give a bunch of speculation on this thing right now.
Well,
but he's cool. He's safe. And he sends his to everybody. And thanks for y'all's well wishes and concerns and stuff like that. And I do know he's in the cell. And He's on a restricted escort status, and so that's it for now. That's all I know. That's all I know. There's many accusations and rumors flying around, and I'm not gonna pay no attention to that.
What really gets me though is when you ask that one cop, what's going on, and he said to you, what's going on, Daniel. Like, he basically told you to go speculate.
Right. Well, I mean, that's exactly what he said. Like, I knew what was what, and that I knew X, Y, and Z, and all this crap, man. And that's what they want. That's what they want to put. That's what they want to push. It's like,
exactly.
Again, I go back to the old 115 on him. When they slammed him to the concrete, while he was cuffed up behind his back, and then they covered it up with a bogus 115, said he was resisting, but he was knocked out on the ground, so he can't resist. So like I said, man, I don't put nothing past these cops. I don't put nothing past any of them to cover whatever up with another cover up. And, they know there's a major lawsuit coming down the pipeline on what they did to my friend. And so until I talk to him and get the detailed X, Y, and Z and the facts straight, I want to reserve my words on it, because I know, we could sit here and speculate all fucking day based on the cop said this, cop said that. I've heard so many fucking things already, man, it made my head spin.
Yeah, but they got an agenda, so we don't care what they have to say.
Right. So that's why I'm gonna wait until I can get with my buddy, and we'll chop it up and talk about it then. And then, I'll let y'all know in a proper manner because I don't want to make it. If it comes off like out there and they spin my words up, next thing you know, I'm getting fucked over, he's getting fucked over, and here we go again with some other shit. So I'm going to err on the side of caution, and that's all I do know, though. He's in the house, he's good, he's on 2 feet, and, he seems happy, man, and so other than that, I'll fucking leave it right there for now, folks. But just know he's safe. And, there's a lot of accusations and rumors. You guys know how that goes. But other than that, man, that's where we'll leave it. And he sends his best to everybody, man. He sends his best. So I got that out the way, baby girl. Fucking, I do want to talk to y'all about a few things. I don't have a whole bunch tonight, but, I sit here year after year, week after week, month after month, whatever. And, a lot of times when shit gets done to us in prison, by the cops, whatever it may be, you get this trauma thing sit in your head, right? It's not trauma or nothing, but I guess
you have 60 seconds remaining.
That's the medical terminology for it. But, like, I hear a gun go off when I got shot with that Mini 14. It's like I feel that shit all over again. It's kind of fucking bizarre, but let me call back.
We're gonna get off onto this trauma-informed stuff that they have. I'm going to read to you some stuff here. Hopefully I can stay in the chat and get the comments going and read this as he calls back. Hold on. Of course I'm not prepared. Why would I be prepared?
An incarcerated individual at the California State Prison for Vendetta, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged. Thank you for using Detail Link.
So
I'm back.
So I told the folks here that I'm gonna read what the trauma informed is from CDCR versus what they're actually doing.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so on California model pillar, one of their when they have 5 pillars is trauma-informed organization. One of the foundational pillars of California model recognizes the need for CDCR to become a trauma-informed organization. Staff often witness or are directly impacted by traumatic events while also serving a population who are dealing with their own trauma. Spearheading the first part of this effort is Dr. Brianna Rojas, Psych D, CCTP2. She's CDCR's chief psychologist and the associate director of the Office of Employee Wellness. Trauma informed is to recognize the pervasiveness of trauma in the world and seeking to be responsive. It means becoming aware of trauma's many personal and societal consequences, anticipating how trauma survivors may respond to our words and actions, and doing our part to create a world that does not cause further harm, Dr. Rojas said. Even more, being trauma-informed means helping to create a world that can foster growth, resiliency, and healing as well. Becoming trauma-informed promotes a healthier workplace that starts with our staff. It lays a foundation for a bigger shift in how we operate. Each person has the power and opportunity to be part of a reformed department, one in which trauma and toxic stress are reduced and safety and wellness are increased. I want to stop there. If you want to read about that, that is on the California Department of Corrections. But I want to shine a little light for you all, and that is weaponizing trauma-informed.
Right. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
And that is exactly what they're doing. So
yeah, that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. And you see everything you just read it's all geared to staff.
Right.
It's all geared to staff, man. It is. It's all geared to their staff and the betterment of them.
For some reason, this stupid search won't let me look it up on here. It's not giving it to me. But basically, I'll look for it, but we can continue to talk about it anyways.
Yeah.
Obviously, weaponizing trauma-informed means using it against the people it's supposed to be helping.
Right. No doubt about it, man. There's no doubt about it. And they weaponize that and everything else. You know, I mean, you know what the fucked up thing about it is? I was telling you earlier, right? We got a new dude down the tier. I won't say no names, and he's one of their EOP dudes that they put over here. And I mean, goddamn, man, I tell you what, I get rid of one of them and another one fucking takes his place, man. And you know, I don't know the beginnings of or the ends of this cat, but it's like, fuck, dude. That's all they do is want to traumatize motherfuckers around here. I mean, baby girl, and it's not really, everything you just read is geared towards staff.
Right.
Everything.
Right, but they're supposed to be using it for the incarcerated, for the people who live there.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole purpose for there to be staff is to help the people who live there. And
this call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
But you know what they do is their whole trauma understanding is they come by, hey, you cool? Yeah, I'm cool. All right, goodbye. You want a word search? Yeah. You want a word search? Oh, I'm good. All right, goodbye. That's their whole fucking get down. And you know, or I don't need some fucking weirdo I don't know. I don't need a psychologist on my fucking door. I'm not with all that. But people that do need that, that's not going to help them. A word search and how you doing and walking off is not going to help people that really have issues.
No.
You
Not
know
at
what
all.
I'm saying? So,
not at all.
But like, again, man, that shit's all geared to staff oriented, everything, man. And you know, I know that there's a lot of stuff I mean I can go into, but I'm not going to right now. because there's a lot I want to tell y'all, but I can't do it right now due to the fact that there's just so many moving parts to this life in here. Where, I mean, if you were to, if you were to want to fucking rebuild this whole thing in here, you would have to start at the top all the way down to the bottom. And really, if they want to fucking reduce the traumatizing and shit, or whatever, all the fucking games they done played with us, it would take a long time, man. It would.
Well, and I want to talk about, the long-term effects of that a little bit. I don't know if any of you have ever been in a car accident where you were a passenger, but if you ever have, the sensation of powerlessness and horror that you experience when that car is getting rammed by another car, you can't even try to get out of the way because you're just along for the ride. And that kind of mental effect stays with you a long time. Now imagine going through like some of the stuff that these guys have gone through where they've been basically bashed while handcuffed, the same type of helplessness, and it puts a fear in you that you can't imagine unless you've really been through it. I mean, that whole helplessness and being harmed and not being able to even defend yourself to the point of getting out of the way. You can't even get out of the way.
Right. It's a fucked up thing, man.
Thank you. Andrew D says, "What's up, Woods?" And he said that was a good analogy. Thank you. I've thought about it quite a bit.
Yeah, you did. That's a good one.
And I want people to understand that this is systemic. There's nothing special about this except that they use it in a manner that is horrifying. Did they have ultimate control over how they act and behave, and they choose to lash out when it suits them?
Absolutely, they use a systemic cover-up and corruption, and staff cover-ups of their law and policy violations all the time. And we know this. We already know it. We know how they use it to their advantage because they're ingrained, and nobody's going to believe a prisoner, allegedly, over a cop. And that's what they stand on.
Right.
And it's like they degrade, they downgrade, and play games, and it's just, it's one thing after another with these people. If you think about the years of neglect and inhumane torture or solitary isolation we spent up in the Bay, and I think some people got it worse than others. We call it Pelican Bayitis. Pelican Bayitis is a thing that we all clown about, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's real.
Oh, it's no laughing matter.
I still don't like loud noises. I still don't like it. It gets me mad. It gets me irritated. And like people on the tier here, they yell so fucking loud, man. And the dude's right next door to him. Or, and it's just.
Or he's having a tantrum.
I don't think it's people. I don't understand it, but the bizarreness of how it affects people when you come out of that shoe. They might not realize it or whatever. I do. I know that it's not cool, man. It's just not cool. I don't like loud noises, and I don't like being in crowds. I don't dig none of it. And if I can, and in fact, I really wouldn't talk to nobody around me that if I didn't know them because of how many times I've been snitched on. And it's not people are snitching on the truth. It's the fact that they're lying about, what they're ratting. What they're telling them is lies and bullshit. And then IGI and OCS, they work it in their schemes. They work it in their plots and their schemes and their, And it's like, what the fuck, man?
And that's part of weaponizing the trauma, knowing that you have these vulnerabilities and playing against them.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Creating fiction and disseminating it as facts or truth. That's
Right.
you know, that's trauma weaponizing. They know what they've done to you guys in that shoe.
They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing to people. They do, and I mean, like I said, man, I wouldn't even talk to nobody that was next door to me or next cell if I don't know them for many years, because of how many times somebody has ratted on me, the IGI, but it's not the truth, it's lies. And it's like, I gotta do mine and take some self-guards for myself, because, as long as I don't talk to the dudes or whoever, whatever they say, they could say anything, but at least I know I didn't participate in my own fucking bullshit, my own demise or whatever, at least I know that much. And that's what Pelican Bay does to people, man. A lot of us don't trust nobody. I mean, I do trust certain people, again, I say before, he who cannot trust cannot be trusted. I trust certain people, but I mean, I have to know motherfucker for a long time and been in battles, and no motherfucker ain't gonna leave me in the middle of a riot, not to have my back, or my wife has my back. Y'all support me, and so it's like, that trauma is a serious thing. It really is, and yeah. I'll leave that there. I don't want to go too far into that, man, because everybody's got their things. But that was a good little paragraph you read, baby girl. But I noticed though how it's geared to staff.
Right.
Everything is geared to the staff, and it's like it is. It's geared towards the staff, man, and it's something for them. And for me, it's the constant systemic corruption and cover-ups that they do. If you take what that cop did to Ronnie 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago, and you put this in a convenience store on the street, a guy in line in front and in the back, behind him, turns around, picks dude up, slams him into the concrete, head first, face first, breaks his jaw and his spine. What's going to happen to that guy?
Well, he's done.
He's going to prison.
He's done. Yeah.
He's going to prison. So why should a cop have any special leniency or qualified immunity or anything, or like I said, anything? Period.
Especially when
the dude still works here.
Especially when it's proven
the dude still works here. Hang on, man. The dude still works here, and they covered it up with a bogus 115. Saying my friend was resisting. How can you resist when you're on the ground, unconscious?
On camera.
In a different realm.
On camera.
What?
On camera.
Yeah, and it's up.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Oh my God. Let me call back, man.
Yeah. It's crazy what these cops are trying to do. It's unbelievable how they'll look at something. Everybody's looking at the same thing, and yet they're going to describe something nobody's seeing and swear it's the truth. Where have we seen that before? All right, come on. Every 15 minutes, we got to check back in. It's crazy. He seems to be having trouble dialing in. Oh, look. Come on. Call back. Call back. He will. So, any questions so far that I can read to when we get back? I'll let him know what you said, Andrew. Um, mm, 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 mm. Definitely sounds like he's having trouble dialing in. Well, that's a bummer. Oh. There we go. Excuse me. And here we go. And take a little practice, Andrew. A little practice. Mm-hmm. It is challenging though, and this is something nobody else is doing that I know of. Not like this, anyways. Uh-huh. I keep Globalina muted because she's loud. Okay.
My God.
I know. I know. So we got some
This
comments.
motherfucking tablet's about to piss me off.
Shh. Shh.
What? Oh yeah. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
So Andrew D said exactly. It's still a person wrecking a person.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, it is, man. Absolutely.
And then he.
You know, it just what? Go ahead.
Oh, and he also said the fact that you guys have no way of knowing when the other is going to talk, yet neither of you ever loses your temper with it is pretty cool.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Yep. That's right. That's right. You know, my problem is that you guys out there have, laws and, you gotta abide by the law. But yeah, when it comes to the CDC cops, there's no law, man. There's no fucking law. They can do what the fuck they want, when the fuck they want, and that's a shame, man.
You know, I was talking to a friend of mine, and it seems like the whole federal system has that kind of carte blanche above the law with never-ending resources. You know.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
I was reading this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was reading this article in the Prison Legal News, and it says California Supreme Court refuses to challenge the life without parole sentence for an imposed crime after the age of 18, right? So that's one of these articles I was interested in. But there's something better too I wanted to tell y'all about. There's a fucking lawsuit, right? That somebody's mom did for him, and I won't mention the names, but somebody's mom filed a lawsuit because the son, he ended up deceased, died in a cell or whatever. And, well, the officers, here's what it says: Mom of murder California prisoner defeats motion to dismiss lawsuit by a guard who posted pictures of the corpse online. Okay, so the names are in here, but the mom's name was the guy that died was Luis Romero, and it's got to do with that Osuna guy, I guess, because it's in this article here. And well, this sergeant fucking his name is Sergeant Joseph Burns in Corcoran. It said that he took pictures of the body, of the headless body, and went around showing the pictures to inmates.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Inmates and free staff alike, right? And other cops. And then he posted them online for society, for you guys to see all this stuff of the crime scene, right? And so he's trying to say that he has qualified immunity, you know, and that the courts dismissed the lawsuit. You do not have qualified immunity when you break the Constitution, a person's constitutional rights. And not only that, what this guy did was a crime. You know, taking pictures of a crime scene and posting it online is a crime. But because he works for CDCR, it's okay. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Total bullshit.
And just think of that. Think of that. Think of that, big girl, folks. You got a guard that's supposed to be a professional in his official capacity, and he gonna snap some pictures for his homies and to go boast about this crime scene. I mean, that's a twisted, demented motherfucker, and that's the type of people you got working here. For CDCR.
And conducting
type of people.
they're conducting what they believe is rehabilitation and reformation, and they got that mindset. I mean, what are they imposing on the people that just want to go home someday?
Right. No, baby, I don't get it, man. But can you imagine that? You know, then you got these other guys on these other YouTube posting pictures of people and this and that. I mean, your ass can get in trouble for that. That is a crime. You know, you're not like, and whoever posted it, I think is how it works. And whoever posted it, your ass is liable. You're liable for it. And I mean, that is a twisted, demented motherfucker that would do that on somebody that came up, you know, like that, you know, fucked up. And yeah, I don't get it, man. Especially a cop doing that.
Well, and it makes the villain even more famous too.
Yeah. And well, years ago, 2001, 2002, when I was here for a brief stay at this prison, an officer took some of my crime scene photos home. You know, I was charged with something, and he took these photos home, and he went around the party showing these photos in Sacramento to certain parties and shit and barbecues, and you know, he came in and he told me and my cellie about it, and he bragged about it, and you know, and he's just like, why would you do some sick, demented shit, man? You know, I don't get it, but I guess I ain't supposed to get it because I ain't that type of person. I don't have that type of mindset, but.
Really? Because that's what they hold you to. I swear to God, that's like they're pressing your feet to the fire on that.
I know.
Sickening.
Yeah, I know, but
talk about imposing sickness.
I don't care what people that don't know me think. I don't go around playing whack-a-mole with motherfuckers that don't know me. You know, I'm not gonna smack a motherfucker on the head just because he wants to believe in some dumbass article or some snitch tuber and some fucking slanderous, hateful shit on me. I don't give a fuck about that. Man, I don't give a fuck. I'm judged by the enemy I keep, and definitely these people ain't my enemies. You bet that, because to be my enemy, you have to count. And a lot of these people don't even count in my motherfucking book.
It's like they want to be your enemy. It adds to their fame. Again, the villain wants fame.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. You're right, baby girl. But, you know, I mean, just think of that, folks. Like, this sergeant guy, and he's a sergeant, took pictures of this crime scene and put them online for the world to see. This guy come up, this headless body. And I mean, it's right here. It's right here. And it says it. A fucking headless body, decapitated with ribs and lungs missing.
That's sickening.
Right?
That's sickening.
And his eyes are cut out, right? And it says it right here. And this sergeant's going to take a picture of this and put it online. This is an Eastern District lawsuit right here, folks. It's Eastern District lawsuit. And if that doesn't shock y'all about who they hire and who they got working in these places. Now, I'm not saying they're all like that. No, I've said that many times. It's not all of them. But the ones that are, man, they motherfuckers need to be charged to the full extent of the law. Because it's not funny, it's not cute. This is real life cases and real people's lives that are at stake, and they want to go post something online, you know, for whatever, to get money or you know, I don't know, but that's just nuts if you ask me.
This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Andrew D says it sounds like JCAP behavior. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Andrew, yeah, absolutely, bro. It is JCAP behavior, you know? Like, yeah, that's exactly what they do. They'll use the JCAP, so, against a GP like me. They put them on these tiers with us. You know how many times we've asked them, me and my co-defendants and a few other people that are GP, please, man, just give us one rule, one section out of 8, give us one that's all GP. Because we know how to do time, we're quiet, we don't bother nobody, we don't kick no doors, we don't yell, we don't cause no problems. We do our time, shut our mouth, and that's a wrap. But they won't do it because it doesn't fit their agenda. It doesn't fit their agenda.
PFC Milne says that you are an asset to humanity. Wow, thank you.
Get on, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, man. You know, I wanted to say something real quick about that 115 Ronnie got when they covered up that attempted murder on my buddy. So when you if they would have never wrote that cop, if they would have never wrote that 115 by law, they probably would have had to fire that cop. And firing that cop is admitting that he violated the policy somehow, some way to merit him being fired. Now, our problem with this is that the 115 was for resisting a staff, and you know it's like rubbing salt in the wound, you know, and not only that, when my friend watched the video, half the video is missing. You know, there was 3 guys involved, but when he watched the video, there's only one guy involved. The guy that slammed his face first. So, you know, you got to think of how they're doing this evidence, right? How they're doing the evidence. And, you know, you got them processing the scene, processing evidence.
Oh, I thought the whole point of having a videotape is that you don't edit it. Or alter it, right. Or AI it.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what it's supposed to be, right? But we're not talking about people that above the law. We're not talking about people that uphold the law.
Well, they're not even people that think they create the law.
Wait a minute, man. We're talking about people who will cover up Ronnie Price's murder and falsify a report on it, and then tell his family that it was another inmate that killed him. And the whole time, it was 2 cops that killed that man. And his family didn't know for many years that it was 2 cops. They truly believed it was an inmate until it came out in court that the cops are the one that killed the guy, not the inmates. Watch that last news briefing or read that article that they did, his family did, when Arturo Pacheco and Ashley Ulrich and that sergeant got found guilty for the falsification.
It's all in our descriptions in our older videos. You can find those links.
Yep. It's all right there, man. I said it all.
And then the fucker doesn't even get charged for murder.
No, he got charged for falsifying a report on his murder that he just committed. Imagine that.
Huh.
If that was me, I'd be done. I would be done. And like we were listening to something last week. Somebody was on here ranting about assaulted, get us inmates, attack the inmates, slam the inmates behind the guise of retaliation, right? Promoting violence against inmates.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the guise of retaliation. So I guess it's okay to get on here and promote that type of shit as long as you say, only do it for revenge. I mean, I don't get that, but if that was me doing that right now, or after my buddy, I'd be charged like you wouldn't fucking believe, man. 100 ways to Sunday, man.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
You have 60 seconds remaining.
I guess it's not one law for all. It's a law for some, but the others can manipulate.
Oh, I think there's more than.
Shit up.
I think there's more than 2 versions. I think there's about half dozen versions for depending on what class of
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. Well, Gold Molina has to control the situation. Hopefully he can get through this time. So how y'all doing? I'm okay myself. I was a little tired today, but for some reason get into this and bam, I'm feeling it. Thanks for being here with us. We appreciate everything you guys do for us. Support us. Tell your friends about us. Tell people who have loved ones in prison about us. Tell them that we have great ideas to change the system for the better. Oh, come on. And, all we can do is plug along. Plug along. My dog's starting to get whiny. Yeah, just a little bit. All right, Globalina, kick it on. There we go.
Link.
All right, we're back.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, I guess the tower's acting up a little bit because they don't want me telling y'all the truth. Every time, it never fails, these motherfuckers, man. They got the truth to hide, and I got the truth to expose. How about that? Put that in your pipe, you smoky pig. Anyway, hey, folks, I tell people all the time, it's not a perfect science, right? It's really not, man. Doing time is not a perfect science. But I'm always going to try to do what's right, man. Always. And, the way they do us in here is definitely not right. It's definitely foul. And if I broke the laws and the policies and rules, I'd be written up 115s, given new court cases, probably new RICO charges, all types of shit. But they don't get none of it. And it's like, there's some boisterous and out front with it. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. When you got them in court on the Ninth Circuit in a hearing talking about they falsified documents and they're boasting about it and they're proud of it, then they say, well, sue us. I mean, God damn, this is real life shit you're talking here. When we settled that lawsuit on the Astor settlement, they were supposed to stop using confidential material the way they do. So they'll take one snitch. Well, actually, on me, they took one snitch and made 6 independent documents out of one snitch. They're not supposed to do that. That's supposed to be one source item, one document, not 6. And so they try to make you look real bad when they do that to you. And I was talking to my buddy before yesterday, Ronnie. I was talking to Ronnie last week, and he specifically remembered that part of the lawsuit. They're not supposed to do none of that. And now that the hunger strike attorneys are done with us, and there's no more Claudia Wilkins oversight, they're right back to doing what they're doing. They're right back to doing what they're doing. And when I went to DRB, they didn't give a crap about my input. They read off all these 1030s, confidential memorandums, from 1 to 86. 6 of them, I know the first 6 were from one snitch. So I don't even know how many snitches are really there, because they might have like 10 snitches that they made 86 documents out of. I don't know. And I can't even challenge it now. I mean, I could take it on a habeas corpus, because we can't 602 DRB, but they kind of did this overwhelming thing, and I'm sure they probably got more to cover that up, and I'm sure they're going to have, because now the court's ain't involved. But my buddy Ronnie does have a lawsuit that he filed on all that and what they did to me and him after I left Salinas, and they put me in solitary confinement again and cut my ties and cut all my communications and everything. He has a really good lawsuit. He filed 7 days before that cop slammed him into the concrete. And that's what we believe that he really got slammed for as retaliation on that lawsuit. Because it exposes a lot. It exposes their agenda. It exposes their game, and they didn't like that. And we learned their game in our RICO case when they took the stand and they admitted their game. So he filed a lawsuit with shit they admitted. So, and they didn't like that. And as a result, the cop did team face first in the concrete. And then they covered that up too. But yeah, anyways, like I said, man, once I find out more and talk to my buddy and I get some facts, I'll let y'all know immediately, I'll let you guys know. So with that said, baby girl, we got any questions out here, comments? You guys want to say anything, comment? Let's roll, man. We're open for it.
No. I mean, we got a few from earlier. I gave a little question call, but we'll give you a few more minutes if you want to check in.
Okay.
And
yeah.
So how was your day, dear?
Oh man, I was just hanging out, trying to figure all this dumb shit out that they're doing, and I tell you what, man, this guy lit a hell of a fire today. I've never seen a fire this bad in prison. I guess he goes around burning up Chase, and he burns all the wires and shit or whatever. I mean, it was smoky as hell. And it was horrible. And, he's one of them J-Cats that they use and they cater to. He's the only guy in here that whip out his weenie and show the cop chicks and dudes. He even shows it to dudes, and he does weird shit. Fires, throw shit on the tier, he'll throw poop on the tier, hold his tray slot hostage, break the cell windows, but yet he's got all the functions on his tablet on. He's disciplinary, but he gets all the functions on his tablet as an NDS person does. So they cater to these people, they cater to them. And they, we were just talking about that today, too, on the yard when I went out there, baby girl. Me and a couple of my black buddies down the way, a few friends of mine, man, that,
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
They protect the nasty folks of society, the chomos, rapos, and shit, and then they shit on us, and they shit on the regular convict who's doing his time, trying to keep his head down and learn a few things, read a few books, and they treat them guys like gold. It's fucking strange, man. It's like a ass backwards world that we live in. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Ass backwards.
it's worse than just ass backwards. It's like downright defiant. Like, no, you don't get to do anything that your moral compass tells you is right.
Right.
You're doing it our way. And their way is not the right way. Their way is manipulative. I mean, sure, they'll help out the weak guy, but they won't help out the strong guy.
You know what they're always doing? So, you know, they're always trying to divide and conquer the GPs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're always playing these games with people. Like, there's no man alive that's going to tell me jack shit. There's no man alive that's going to tell me what to do. And there's no man alive going to tell my buddies what to do. But what they'll do, what the cops will do, is they'll go over here, go over there, and try to, they circle the wagons with other convicts against one, or against two, or against three, and they play these manipulation games.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen it it's so prevalent in the GT society prison now with these cops. Yeah, I told you guys before when I first pulled up here in New Folsom on this RICO case, I've never had
This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I've never had an ITI cop come to my cell door and tell me, "What's up, Scoops? Hey, that's a good wood down the tier. You got another good wood over here, but he's in debt. This guy over here is a piece of shit. That guy there is a piece of shit. And your homeboy over here is a piece of shit." And I'm like, the whole problem with this little scene right here is you're a pig. You're the biggest piece of shit here. Get the fuck off my cell door, you weirdo. That shit don't work with me. So I wouldn't play their game, and I became an enemy immediately.
Well, wait a minute. You're telling me the guard was trying to tell you who was good and who wasn't? The guard. The
ITI guard at that. Yeah, absolutely. I said this before in one of my old videos.
I just wanted to make sure everybody heard, because it's like you go into a school and your new kid to school, and the teacher's telling you who's cool and who's not. I mean, like, what are you hanging out with the kids?
I've never seen it. Right?
No,
I've never seen this. At the time I had 27 in or 26 years in prison, and like 23 in the shoe, 23 in solitary confinement total, if you add it all up. And I've never seen that. I've never seen an IDI cop or a guard come tell another inmate, a GP guy, who's good, who's not, who's on political shit status, who's not. And I'm like, whoa, dude, the whole problem with this little scene right here is you're a fucking pig, so get the fuck off my door. You're the biggest piece of shit in the prison. You know? Listen, back in the days, it's known that every now and then, if you got a guy on the yard that's hiding out, and he's got some weirdo shit in his jacket, a cop might pull up and say, "Yo, Scoop, check it out. Don't let your kids or your wife around that guy." And that tells me all I need to know.
Right.
So then, upon my own investigation, I go, okay, well, let me get my paperwork. Hey, buddy, here's my paperwork. Just go ahead and check it out, man. Feel free to check it out. Go ahead, man. Then I'll come back for it in an hour. Hey, I'll get my paperwork. Hey, bud, and if he don't offer his, we might have a problem. Then I gotta say, hey, partner, let me see your shit, man. You got yours? Oh, no, the dog ate it. Well, more likely, maybe what the cops said was true. But at this point, though, I'm like, okay, well, look, man. Since the dog ate the paperwork, or your old filly ate the paperwork, whatever, fill out this request. Bam. I need an abstract of judgment. Send this to case records. get you an abstract of judgment. Okay, cool, boom. All right, so, well, I helped him fill it out, and a matter of fact, I'll go drop in the mailbox for you, buddy. So the dog don't eat this thing too. So I go put it in the mailbox. That's how it goes. And if it comes back and it's all good, the cop lied. You know, now I'll tell the dude, hey, this cop got something against you, man. He said this, and this about you. You know, now if it's all true, then we might have a problem. So, but to actually overstep that and to come tell a man who's good and who's not good and who's a piece of shit and who owes and who's garbage and who's this, oh man, that's like they're playing our politics. You know, they're playing politics, and I've never seen it. I've never seen that. And that's how this prison was when I got here. You know. And I don't know if it was because I was here, the only fella here, or what, you know, but you talk about bizarre. It was bizarre.
Well, it makes me think that they're more in control of that whole situation than you realize.
Well, no, I realize you're in control of a lot, trust me.
Or that anyone out here might realize. It's like they're running the show.
Mm-hmm. Right. Absolutely. When you got, we understand that there's so much information that they are privy to, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that they did walk around these tiers. They got ears. They got mics. I'm sure they got bugs all over the place. You know, this is like that fucking Marion program, the MK Ultra Croder program, whatever.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they got massive amounts of it, and they got to sift through what's true, what's false, and what's not true. So, let me call back.
Of course they're in control, but I mean in control of what's going on in the yard. It's really... I mean, it's for them to know enough to keep the peace, but that's it. They shouldn't be all up in it, for sure. All right, come on, call back. So I have been diligently trying to push the pencil around, get my draw back. Been a struggle. I can't let it down. I just gotta keep doing it every day. And no days off on that for sure. So come on. Lolita's playing games again. Okay. So I don't know where he went. There is some things that we're working on, and we're hoping that people can hear what's being said. But like making the state and the feds accountable. This inability to call the feds wrong when they're wrong doesn't sound like it's a very sensible way to be, and then have all this corruption coming from that point too. There needs to be some checks and balances, and there you are.
So, yeah, man, that's the fucking skit for today, folks. That's what I got to say today, man. So, with that, you guys got questions, comments, bring them.
Well, I was just starting to talk a little bit about, scope. And,
oh, yeah. We're trying to put something together, man, and get these people to have to answer to, right, babe?
mm-hmm.
Like, we have to. Taxpayers pay their wages. You guys pay their wages. Therefore, they should have to answer to you people
their budgets,
about
their
how they're
accounts.
spending your money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How they're spending your money, what type of programs your money goes to, all that. That should be it shouldn't be, oh, well, you're just going to have to trust us. Are you serious? Trust you? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, really?
Right.
Trust somebody that's going to cover up for a motherfucker that did this, and this, and I mean,
They have tons of money to do it with
not.
too. Tons of money that's not
Right.
that well accounted for.
Right, and that's what they thrive on. They thrive on that, and they're like, oh, well, don't look at us. We're the good guys. No, you're not the good guys, man. I beg to differ. I really do.
Yeah, they think the badge makes them the good guy. No, it's the moral compass that makes you a good guy.
Your moral compass, and what you do when people ain't looking. That's what I tell youngsters, man. Is what you do when people ain't looking that makes you stand out with your morals, man, and your integrity.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, me and my baby girl have been talking about this thing for a while, man, and we got to get this steam rolling ahead because this has to be done. They got to answer to this, man. Like we've been saying about this food and how they're wasting a bunch of money. People don't even eat the crap that they buy. It goes right in the garbage. And nobody eats pea protein. Nobody eats soybean here. And I've not seen one tray get eaten when it comes to that shit right there. It goes right in the garbage. Right in the garbage. And it's so expensive.
Ridiculously
expensive. We're just being like what?
It's like $15 a pound of it wet. Okay? Wet.
If they were to spend a third on real beef, not even a high-grade beef.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Some low-grade beef, we would eat it. Because it don't taste like that pea protein. The pea protein, when you take your lid off that tray, it reeks of rancidness. It's yellow or dark gray, and it contaminates anything it touches. So I just give the tray back because we can smell it when it comes into the building. You can smell the stench before you get the tray. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I won't be eating tonight. I won't be eating tonight. I'm good. Right, baby? That shit's foul. You heard me.
Oh, yeah, no. And they sold it to CDCR by dressing it up and having a little buffet for all the suits. It made that shit taste good because it was fresh and full of seasoning and spices, and and then what do they do? Just slap that shit on your tray the way it is? Maybe heat it up with a little more water.
Yeah, what they'll do is they'll mix onions with it, right? And you know I hate onions, folks.
And they're
raw. Me already. You know I hate onions. Raw onions. And they'll leave it on there. They'll mix it with it and then serve it to us. Or they'll put it on... hey, get this. I had a sweet potato the other night with raw onions on a sweet potato and cheese. How the fuck does that even make sense?
It don't.
I don't understand that.
It don't.
And guess what? Not one person ate their shit. It all went to the garbage.
Sweet potatoes are good for you. I mean, could you at least scrape that shit off and eat it? I don't know. I mean...
Yeah, I don't know. It was all mixed up. I wasn't doing it. You know me. I'm stubborn. What I say before is so nasty. It's a gag of maggot. It's a gag of maggot. And that's nasty, man. It gags a maggot. If you think of that, oh my God, that's a nasty fucking some shit right there. That's some nasty shit. Oh, baby, girl, they got your boy hemmed up.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And we talked about this yesterday, last video, about how they don't even let me buy healthy food for you. I mean, it's bad enough that I have to buy food for you or you'll probably starve to death. But then even that's not that healthy. It's
right.
Terrible.
Yep. So So,
and all the farmlands around it makes no sense. No sense.
Yeah, man. That's right. Well, fuck, man.
Huh.
We got any last call, folks. We're gonna wrap this up this Saturday night, man. I know you guys probably trying to go and have a night out or something. I don't know. It's raining real bad here, or it has been off and on all day. I got caught outside in that fucking rain. Boy, I felt like a damn fucking soaked light pole out there. Boy, I was like, holy shit. So, baby girl, we got any comments before we wind this down?
Not yet. I know that everybody's like been hanging with us. It's been commenting, and that's awesome. Thank you.
Who we got on there? Who got on there?
We got Tim K. We got Andrew D. We got PFC Meld. We got
Tim K. Andrew. I send mine. Tim, thanks for the pictures, my friend. You know, man, it's a pleasure, bro. Always. Andrew, I send mine. PFC, everybody, I send mine, yeah.
And Ken sent a message earlier saying he couldn't be here, but he'll definitely be listening in.
Hey, Ken, you know mine, bro. I send mine to you. Thanks for that information earlier. I appreciate the help on that. Like I said, Ron sends it to everybody, and he's doing fine, and I'll let you know later on when I get to talk to my friends. Yeah, man. It's been a good one, folks. Thank you guys for your support. Me and baby girl trying to get this scope thing off the ground. We want to make it like at every prison, there's families that have loved ones at that prison that the prison has to, answer to, and not answer to like you think, but show the families and show free people, not just families of prisoners, but every taxpayer has a right to know how their tax dollars are getting used. Why not? Why not? Why is it that they could just spend your money to give a fucking queer or a homo cut his dick off and make him a snatch and charge you all $2 million for that shit?
Well, and not only that, now I find out on SB 132, you don't have to have a sex change. You can just call yourself they, them, and say you don't identify as a straight male, you identify as something fluid, and go over there and still be a man, over to the women's prison. And so you're also paying for torture, torment, abuse, some twisted, sick, psychosexual weirdo running that shit kind of thing. Scott Wiener was a big proponent of that one, and
Scott Wiener.
Yeah, he's something else. But
Scott is a wiener.
There's some sick shit going on in CDCR, and we want people to know exactly what they're paying for.
Yeah.
I
mean, like, think of that, babe. $2 million to do this for one of these dudes or whatever it. I call it it because I don't know. Hey, it is what it is. It. And it's going. You guys.
Well, but see, honey, there's a simple solution to all of that, and give them their own yard, but they won't do that. And I was talking to my friend earlier, and she said she suggested that many times, and they flat out refuse to do that. So I think we need to ask them why. Why? No, it's not segregation.
Oh man.
Are we back? Are we back?
I'm here.
I think we're back.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
It looks like we're back now.
Can you guys hear us? Hello?
Here's the thing. I think, no. Hold on. Okay, talk. Okay, we're back. We're back on.
We're back
on.
Oh, shit.
One of the
so
nice
look,
things.
man, we'll make this short so we can wind this down. But, yeah, we got to get something off the ground for taxpayers to learn how your money's being spent, and you have that right. Tim K., Andrew, everybody listening tonight, PSC, whoever. Look, man, I appreciate you guys' support. And hang in here with us, man. Share my shit, share our shit with whoever, man. Get people to sign up and just listen, man. We got a whole bunch of videos. I don't talk about nothing that I ain't supposed to talk about. I don't cross no lines I ain't supposed to cross. So, I keep it within the confines and my arena, which is the conditions of confinement and how shitty they are, the food, whatever, and the corrupt underbelly of CDCR. They don't give a fuck about my rehabilitation. They took it from me. They don't care about it. That was Ron Broomfield at DRB. So if y'all feel like sending him another letter or resending him a letter about how foul that was he did, hey, cool, man. Every letter helps. Because what about the California model for Brant? What about rehabilitation for Brant?
Right.
Not just me, but everybody else.
What was her name? Belisario said every inmate deserves some rehab. So write to her too.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you. Now, listen. My rehabilitation consists of primarily my wife and my visit, my mom and my visit. That for me is my rehabilitation.
Tablet.
The connection to my family.
Tablet.
And my tablet. That is my rehabilitation. So without that, and like Ron Broomfield, they just took it from me. They took it. What little bit I did have, they just took it and threw it in the dumpster. So you're going to Corcoran PHU unit. I'm not debriefing, but they're going to put me in a unit. That's weird. It's not cool. And so they just took it. It's factually impossible I'll ever see. It's factually impossible I'll ever see my mom again. My wife. It's going to be hell on my wife again. That's 8 hours one way, 8 hours back.
And someone
and about $500.
And someone told Broomfield to say that. Am I correct?
Yes. A guy named Holden, Sergeant Holden, HOLDEN.
Yep. Tell us. Go ahead. Write to Belisario. Let's see if he gets back on. We'll give him a minute to try. But, yeah, we know. We know they don't want us telling you the truth. But you need to know. You absolutely need to know. What are these people doing? Okay, so, yeah. Denying a man any opportunity towards a positive program. Just deadpan. They didn't want to hear what he had to say at all. They didn't even listen. They're like, they'd already made up their minds. And I believe that all of the institution where he's at endorsed him to move somewhere closer to here. And they wouldn't do it. Okay, well, since we were having trouble, it seems like everything wants us to shut off here. Hello, are you there? He's not calling back yet. Well, he will eventually. Then what the hell? So Scope is in the community section on our channel. And it is a vision for Interscope, Exoscope, getting a view on everything that's going on in this institution. Okay, he has to come back again. Then we put a microscope and a telescope on it and find out how to dismantle the cruelty, how to stop the abuse. It stems with the money. It stems with the money. I don't know how we're going to do it, but it can't go on forever like this. Their California model, yeah, it's great, blah, 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 but they won't bring it to the GP yards. And why not? Why not? Why do that? They're really interested in experimenting in it. They would do every angle. No, instead they release death row inmates all over the state. Because that's therapeutic. Probably not. It's probably terrifying. Just like when they let out the guys from Shoe all over the yard. They didn't have anything to adjust through. It was just slam.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Okay.
Thank you for using Global
You
Tailwind.
came back, and we're still here.
God damn, man. This fucking tablet, they just don't want y'all to hear the truth. Damn. Hey, I was rolling with my spill, and I looked down, the tablet was off.
That's all right. I got off a little bit on the vision for us.
Okay.
Which
is that's good. That's good, baby girl. Yeah, man. We have some ideas, man, and we're looking for people in our fight. Looking for people to fight with us, man. You know, we made a lot of progress with that hunger strike in the movement that we put forward, man, and the efforts that we all put in. Not just one or two or three, but all of us, man. Mm-hmm. And then I just feel left behind. You know, I feel like they quit. You know, and it's a terrible thing, and we cannot let it go now.
Okay, we're back. We're having connection problems as well as everything else.
Okay, well look, let's end this. Because we're having some problems with this shit right now, folks. You don't want me to tell y'all the truth, but I'm going to. With that said, you guys have a good weekend. Thank you for participating in our video and your questions and comments. Hey, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the like button. Do that for me, folks. And let's share this, man. Let's get everybody involved. Until next time, stay solid, man. Keep it GP, man. Stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
Yep. Take care, everybody. Thanks for showing up.